Where to go next? Where did we have to bring all that dynamite to?
The train. That was to progress plot. But, you know, you haven't explored the circus yet.
Yeah, that's true.
And you could always invade the circus afterward if you don't like it with your toy soldiers.
A shot rings out and something buzzes past your ear. You quickly dive behind a rock just in case these two things are connected and not just, say, someone hunting nearby and also there's a bee. Peering carefully around your rock, you eventually spot movement in the underbrush. It's a hunter with an old-fashioned matchlock rifle and a cloak with leaves stuck to it, which is less effective as camouflage than it sounds because all the trees around here are pine trees. You also notice that he's been out here a very long time, which you can infer from the way he is literally a skeleton. Hornswogglin! You pick up a small rock, aim your throw very carefully, and pitch it at a boulder nearby. It hits the target and ricochets perfectly, knocking a squirrel off a tree branch above the hunter's head. The resulting ruckus would doubtlessly be really entertaining and comical to watch, but you decide to take advantage of your carefully engineered distraction and ride away instead.
Speed.
Let's see, do I want to buy anything? Or upgrade anything, rather?
Fan hammer's good. More moxie, or grit, or gumption, or other stuff, so you can take more buffs. I know at grit, you can now do 3. You can now do 3.
As you approach, the clown puts on that basically cheerful facial expression that retail employees use when the last thing they want to deal with is a customer. Can confirm, but they're not allowed to say so. Talk to him.
Welcome to Barnaby Bob's perfectly normal traveling circus. Try so. Ugh. I thought I could get through it all. How can I help you?
I like to see the circus. I like to run away with the circus. I'd like to run away with the circus, please.
Aren't you a little old for that? Sorry, we aren't hiring.
Darn. Fine, I'll just see the circus.
Well, you came to the right place then. But if you want to get inside, you'll need a ticket.
I just so happen to have one. The clown looks very surprised.
What? Howdy. Well, great. Good for you, sir. I'll just take that and stamp your hand for re-entry. Go. Enjoy the show.
What about my partner?
Partners get in free.
Thanks.
Well, now, this whole clown situation might be a speck bigger than we thought.
Kind of a lot of them, yeah.
I ain't real enthused about going in there, but
we should probably see what they're up to, yeah. As you enter the circus, the ticket booth clown shouts, "Welcome to Barnaby Bob's perfectly normal traveling circus sideshow, sir!" in a loud and enthusiastic voice. Enter the circus. You walk into the circus, actually I guess it's more of a carnival, but let's not split hairs, as nonchalantly as possible. There are a bunch of clowns around, working at the booths and so on. More clowns than customers, of which there don't seem to be more than a dozen or so. Which is good, in that it means the clowns can't disappear you as easily if they figure out what you know, but on the other hand, if things go wrong here, innocent bystanders might get caught in the crossfire. The merry-go-round has a dirty canvas tarp over it. The sign says, "Condemned until further notice. We encourage anyone suffering from horse bites to consult a doctor." Okay, let me test from the right. Or check stuff from the right, rather. Hot food, cold drinks, tepid candy. There's a clown here selling rubber toy balloons. You notice that he's watching you, and then he notices that you notice, and he smiles and waggles the balloons at you enticingly.
Well, if he's waggling them enticingly. Howdy there, fella. Interest you in a toy balloon?
How do you make them float like that?
Well, there's nothing to it. Heck, they all float round here. Oh,
of course. What colors do you have?
Oh, well, just take a look. Red. They're all red.
How much are they?
For you, just 30 meat.
I'll take one. What could possibly go wrong?
Anything else I can do for you?
Can you tell me more about your circus?
Really, it's more of a carnival, but let's not split hairs. Ho ho! What would you like to know?
What are your this place you've set up is kind of out of the way. What are your plans?
Haven't decided yet. That's why we set down somewhere a bit more rural. Keeps things relatively quiet while we scout around, get the lay of the land and all that. Woohoo!
Where'd you travel from? Was your previous stop interesting?
Oh, northwestish. A little hole in the ground kind of a place. You wouldn't have heard of it. Ho-ho!
Why is everyone working here a clown?
Oh, it's traditional when the, what do you call them, rodeos stopped being put on. The rodeo clowns took other jobs at circuses and carnivals. Over the years, it just became a normal thing for carnies to be clowns. It's a community, you might say. Ho-ho!
Who's this Barnaby Bob guy?
Oh, the boss is a real famous showman, though I'm not surprised you wouldn't have heard of him around here. Ho-ho! Got an eye like a hawk, and he's a real whiz with those nods of his. Don't miss his show. It's a real highlight of the carnival.
Yeah, see you around, clown.
Catch you later, like an alligator. Would you like some tepid candy?
Red Hots, calls the clown behind this food stand. Red Hots, footlongs, 2 kinds of mustard. There's also a small sign that says lost and found. The clown grins and gestures at the little charcoal grill behind him.
Howdy, sir. Interested in a foot-long sausage?
Are they actually a foot long? 12 inches? Because a lot of guys say that, but...
I'm just going to stop you right there, seeing as there's ladies and children present. You want one or not?
What are they made of?
What do you mean? They're pork. What else do you make a sausage out of?
Regular pork or long pork? The clown gives you a long, chilly look.
I'm not sure. I'm sure I don't know what you're implying, sir.
How much are they?
250 meat with your choice of condiments.
What are the condiments?
I got pickles, onions, pickle relish, 3 kinds of mustard, 2 kinds of ketchup, 3 kinds of mayo, 6 pieces of pay.
What kinds of mustard?
Brown, yellow, and blue.
Blue? Blue mustard?
Looks like I'm all out of the blue, sorry.
2 kinds of ketchup?
Yep, got both ketchup and catsup.
Okay, I'll take one.
Thank you kindly, sir. Here you are. Help yourself to the condiments.
Thank you. Got a clown sausage. Well, I'd like to see the lost and found.
Oh, sure thing. What'd you lose?
Well, nothing.
What, you just figured you'd see if I had anything you liked? Look, there's no such thing as an honest thief. You gotta pick one or the other.
Sorry. Cold drinks, calls the clown behind this food stand. Ice cold sarsaparilla in bottles.
Howdy, sir. Care to treat yourself to an ice-cold soft drink?
You said you're selling them in bottles?
That's right, got the newfangled crown cork bottle caps and all.
What kinds do you have?
I got root beer, ginger beer, sarsaparilla beer, and sarsaparilla beer.
How about orange cream?
No.
How about iced tea?
No.
How about key lime?
No.
How about cherry?
No.
How about orange?
No.
How about snozzleberry?
No.
How about lemonade?
No.
How about orange?
I already answered this.
How about celery?
No.
How about pomegranate?
No.
How about cream soda?
No.
How about lemonade?
Again, no.
How about plain tap water?
Strangely enough, no.
Key lime?
No again.
Rhubarb?
That's a sandwich.
Grapefruit?
No.
Rhubarb?
What the? No.
Tap water? Cream soda? Orange cream? Diet plain tap water? Celery? Pomegranate? Cola? Strawberry? Orange? How about energy drinks? Diet vanilla? Cherry? Pomegranate? Pomegranate? Hang on, what kinds do you have again?
Root beer, ginger beer, sarsaparilla.
I want plain tap water.
No.
Do you make the drinks yourself?
If you're asking if I have a wagon dedicated to brewing and bottling 3 kinds of sodas in our traveling carnival, no. We stock up as we pass through large towns.
How much are they?
$2.05 meat.
$2.05?
It's for the deposit on the bottle.
Okay, I'll take one.
Root beer, ginger beer, sarsaparilla.
Root beer.
Here you go, enjoy.
I should probably check what these items do. Increase your moxie by 3, increase your mysticality by 3. It's red. I'm gonna take a ginger beer, and I'm also gonna get a sarsaparilla. I'm collecting everything. Tepid candy.
Wait. What was that fucking called?
Huh? Sarsaparilla.
What does that give you? Imagine one gives you...
You were never sure how to spell this, and you still aren't. It's Moxie.
Sarsaparilla.
Sarsaparilla. Sarsaparilla. Sarsaparilla. This will be on the test, Rhino. Cotton Candy calls the clown behind this food stand and then makes a whee noise with his slide whistle. Come try this just invented confectionery delight. The clown blows his slide whistle again as you approach.
Step right up, fella. Step right up and try one of the world's newest candy sensations. I call it children.
What is it?
Cotton candy, the finest, in several senses of the word, sponge sugar, created through a revolutionary process. It's so light and sweet and fluffy, it's like eating butterfly dreams and kitten wishes. Sweet.
So it isn't actually made of cotton?
What? No, cotton is indigestible, no matter how much chocolate you cover it with.
Found that out the hard way, did you?
Sweet.
How do you make it? Pats a metal box with a wide funnel coming out of the top.
This little machine right here. Can't tell you how it works, much as I'd like to brag, it's a trade secret.
You invented it?
Not as such. A couple dentists down south were the first ones. Dentists, go figure. Sweet. But after hearing about it, I managed to figure out how it works. Made a few improvements with my design, too.
Now I'm really curious.
Sorry, fella, these secrets in this box are for nobody's eyes but my own. Sweet. I'll be happy to save you some cotton candy, though.
How much does it cost?
Just 300 meat. Sweet.
I'll take one.
Alright, that'll be 300 meat. Sweet.
Okay. It was 300 meat. The clown puts his slide whistle down on the counter, ducks underneath, and comes back up with a paper cone, which he holds in the mouth of the metal box. He pulls down a lever, and the machine makes a thin squealing sound as glittering white sponge sugar collects on the paper cone in a fluffy cloud.
There you go, enjoy.
Got cotton candy. Thanks. Increases speed. This clown is presumably selling tickets to the sideshow. Will this cause things to progress before I can see the other stuff?
I don't think so. I went in and out of here for a while.
I'm gonna play it safe.
Let's say egress.
I think that just means exit. This appears to be a shooting gallery type carnival game. Take a closer look.
Well now, fella, I like to think I know a customer with a sharp eye and a quick hand when I see one. How would you like to test your skills against a game of dexterity? What's the game? Well, on the wall behind me, I got a bunch of thick-skinned, underinflated balloons. For 10 meat, I'll loan you a cheap, inaccurate pistol and a pile of badly made ammunition, and your goal is to pop as many of those balloons as you can before the pistol stops working.
That's a usually honest-sounding description.
I've discovered making the challenge sound exactly as difficult as it is only makes people more determined to be the one that beats it.
What's the prize?
A ticket to Barnaby Bob's stage show, which is otherwise sold out, so it's a rare catch, my friend.
Okay, I'll give it a shot. Clown hands you the cheap pistol and gestures at the balloons behind him.
Good luck.
Shoot backwards and cross-eyed, shoot from the hip, shoot like the wind, shoot like a jaguar! I'm not sure exactly how a jaguar shoots, but presumably it's pretty good. You clear nearly the entire wall of balloons and the clown looks genuinely impressed.
Well, I'll be. Looks like you win. Congratulations on the finest shooting I've seen in quite a time.
Got a circus show ticket.
The show will be starting soon, so don't miss it.
Thanks.
So obviously go in there last.
Yep. Test your mind. This appears to be some kind of card-based carnival game, though it's not clear how it works from here.
Greetings and salutations, fella. This is a game designed to test your intelligence and capacity for abstract thought. And, well, if you care to try your luck, far be it from me to obstruct you.
What's the game?
The simplest guessing game imaginable. I got a standard deck of playing cards here. I'll show you all the faces, then I turn them back over and start picking cards. You guess what cards I pick and you win.
You don't shuffle them?
No, sir. If you can memorize a deck of cards that fast, more power to you. Or if you got a touch of magic in you and want to try reading my mind, that's fine too. Just don't dig too deep.
What's the prize?
A ticket to Barnaby Bob's stage show, which is otherwise sold out, so it's a rare catch, my friend.
Okay, I'll give it a shot. Carefully scan the stack of cards as the clown spreads it out in front of you. Then he turns them over with a sweeping flourish. Give it a look.
Ready?
Clown starts picking cards out of the deck and holding them up with the backs to you. You manage to get a few, but not very many.
Don't feel bad, friend. That's about average. Not good enough to win a prize, though.
Darn. I can't increase my mysticality anymore, sadly.
I don't think they give you an extra ticket. What's Wait, what is with sad child?
There's a kid here searching around with a sad look on his face. You okay, kid? Did you lose your parents?
I lost my lucky bottle cap. You ever seen a happy story?
What is with your voice, child? And no, but I'll keep an eye out. What's it look like?
Look, I'm picking these at random now. It's shiny steel. It's on a little chain.
Okay, I'll let you know if I find it, but this appears to be one of those test your strength games where you have to use a big hammer to ring a bell.
Well, howdy there, fella. This here's a game of strength, and I hope you don't mind me saying, but you might prefer one of the other games. If you care to try your luck, though, I certainly won't stop you.
What's the game?
Simple as can be. Just take this big mallet here and hit the lever under that bell. Ring the bell and you win.
What's the prize?
A ticket to Barnaby Bob's stage show, which is otherwise sold out, so it's a rare catch, my friend.
I'll give it a shot. Clown takes your meat and puts the big mallet on the counter.
Good luck.
Hit it quite hard. You pick up the mallet, take a deep breath, and smash that lever with a mighty swing, just like a subscribe button. The little bell striker makes it nearly, but not quite, to the bell.
Well, now, that was very close. Not a grand prize winner, but it's the best I've seen today, and that's got to be worth something.
He hands you a small teddy bear. What's my offhand? Oh, that okay, yeah.
Johnny Ball.
There's a clown here selling rubber toy balloons. Wait, or is it the same clown as before? He looks identical. Is he following you around?
Howdy, fella. Anything else I can do for you?
Weren't you on the other side of the midway just now?
Oh, nope. That's the other balloon guy. We just dress alike and use the same face paint. Did we fool you?
He grins and gives you a big, exaggerated wink. I see.
Anything else I can do for you? Carnival.
Nah, okay, nothing else. See you around.
Alligators. To the sideshow.
I want to know what you say.
How about I hold down the fort here while you go scout around?
Yeah, alright.
Be careful now. I ain't like the prospect of them figuring out we know what they are.
Well, there's an understatement.
Howdy, fella. Can I interest you in the wondrous and mysterious delights of the sideshow?
What all do you have in there?
Secrets, mysteries, things too weird and disturbing to be witnessed by the light of day.
Freaks?
Not just freaks.
Gosh, how much does it cost?
For you, 300 meat.
And for everyone else?
300 meat.
Okay, I'm in.
You won't be disappointed, and in the event that you are disappointed, no refunds.
He takes your meat and stamps your hand.
There you go, enjoy.
Thanks. The sideshow tent is fairly large and packed with weird things to look at, like all good sideshows are. A few lanterns are hanging from the ceiling, casting flickering shadows around and making everything look even more eerie. A clown is hanging out in here, presumably to keep an eye on the exhibits. He grins and nods as you enter.
Come on in, take your time, have a good look around. Just remember, no touching.
Look around. Okay, let's start from over here. This looks like it could be one of those weird bent mirrors that make you look crazy, as if there wasn't enough crazy looking stuff around here already. Yeah, this mirror somehow shows you what you'd look like in clown makeup. Bloodshot eyes stare back at you from a pasty white face, painted with an odd pattern of red triangles. In the flickering lantern light, it almost looks like he winks at you. Ugh. The mirror looks to make you look really stretched out and thin. Your limbs twist and writhe like snakes as you move around. It's a bit unsettling, and your muscles ache a little, sympathetically. Your reflection in the mirror is short and squashed-looking, folded up like an accordion. You spend a moment moving back and forth in front of the mirror, seeing how the image changes. It's kind of amusing. Based on his attitude, uniquely combining attentiveness and extreme boredom, you assume this clown's job is to keep an eye on the sideshow exhibits.
Howdy, fella. Welcome to the sideshow.
Thanks. What's the scene here?
Well, down to the left, we got our collection of spooky wart mirrors. Right here, we have an exhibit of clown eggs and pickled punks. And further down to the right is our freak show. Feel free to explore, and I'll be here if you got any questions.
I have a question. What's with those weird mirrors?
Ain't they a riot? That's what they call an optical illusion, as I understand it. Has to do with the way light reflects off them.
I am 100% sure that what I saw can't be explained by the reflection of light.
Don't tell what you might see if you look too long.
Uh-huh. These shelves are displaying a large collection of strangely painted eggs. You see several shelves full of white eggs, each one painted with a unique pattern of colorful shapes. A small placard pinned to one of the shelves says, "Clown eggs. In the circus community, it is traditional for each clown to paint their chosen makeup pattern onto an eggshell. These clown eggs are archived for future reference to ensure that no one chooses a pattern that has already been used. It is considered extremely taboo to wear another clown's face. I have questions about the balloon guy outside then. These must be the eggs for the clowns that work at the circus. You recognize a few of them, like the clown here in the sideshow tent and the ticket seller clown out front. Say, wait a minute. Here's the egg for that balloon selling clown. Didn't he tell you there's another guy wearing the same makeup? According to the sign, that seems unlikely. Oop.
Hey, step back, please. No touching.
Sorry.
Do you want to go out and ask him then, or keep going?
I want to look through all this first. These shelves are filled with jars, and the jars are filled with things. Real weird-looking things. You lean in a little closer to inspect the jars. They mostly contain malformed and or mutated animals pickled in formaldehyde. A 3-headed kitten. Some kind of ferret or weasel with 8 legs. A twisted Mobius loop of snake without a head or tail. Weird, crazy stuff. One shelf seems devoted to huge, gross, pale grubs, like fat, featureless white worms the size of a sweet potato. The one on the end is larger than the others and has shiny black eyes. Someone has painted its face in an apparent parody of clown makeup. Yuck. Closer look. The pasty white face has been painted with little blue triangles over and under the eyes. The creature has a long, thin slash of a mouth as well. The area around has been painted with bright red lipstick. The black eyes flash red as the thing suddenly thrashes in its jar, spitting the face you and stretching its mouth open, revealing rows of yellow shark teeth. You stumble back with a cry of shock. Yeah!
Got you pretty good there, buddy.
What is that?
It ain't a real critter. It's made of rubber and clay and doll parts and such. Got an electromagnet under the shelf to move it with.
He takes a little push-button gizmo out of his pocket to show you.
Should have seen your face. You about jumped right out of your boots.
Ugh. This guy is a startling sight, even for a circus freak show. His entire head is one enormous eyeball. As you look him over, he stares back at you, not that he's got much choice. Hello there, I'm Maximus. How's it going? Can you talk? Guess not. So, this circus gig. How do you like it? How do you like it? His hands slowly curl into fists and the knuckles turn white with tension. I see. Understand, I mean. Do you blink? Or wink, I guess? I guess not. You move a little to the side and lean over the rope to get a closer look at the guy. He's basically just what he seems to be at first glance, a guy with a giant eyeball for a head. You do notice 2 things, though. First, he has an odd lump at the, well, what you would call the base of his skull if he had one. A sort of crumpled, fleshy mass the size of a fist. With a squint and some imagination, it almost looks like the crushed and shriveled vestigial remains of a human head. The second thing you notice is that his ankles are locked to the legs of his stool, and the legs of the stool are bolted to the floor. Okay, we'll see you around. This man is neatly dressed, though his suit is a bit threadbare and out of fashion. He's smoking a pipe and leafing through a magazine. When you stop to look at him, he nods amicably. Talk to him.
Hello there, welcome to the sideshow. My name is Douglas.
Hi, I'm Maximus.
Delighted to meet you.
So what's your deal?
Why am I in a sideshow, you mean?
Oh yeah, you seem perfectly normal.
How forthright of you. Of course, it's only natural to wonder.
Wait a minute. You said that last bit without moving your lips. Are you a ventriloquist?
Not at all. Allow me to demonstrate.
He stands up and turns around. His back is the same as his front. That is, his suit has been tailored with 2 front sides, and he has another face on the back of his head with his hair cut and parted appropriately.
Ta-da.
As he sits back down, his knees and other joints crack and pop loudly as they reverse themselves. Douglas winces slightly, though certainly not as much as you'd expect. What in the...
Surprising, yes.
A bit, yeah. How is that even possible? Douglas shrugs and holds his pipe up to the now back of his head so his other face can take a puff. Are you, what's the phrase, Siamese twins?
Not exactly. It is difficult to describe, I'm afraid.
2 minds in one body with 2 faces?
It would be closer to the truth to say 2 instances of the same mind. With, as you say, 2 faces.
You're right. That doesn't make any sense at all. The other face chuckles, and Douglas holds his magazine behind his back.
It took some getting used to, that much is quite certain.
Were you born like this?
I would rather not discuss how I came to be this way, if you don't mind.
Okay, sorry.
No apology necessary.
Your knees must be a wreck.
Surgery was necessary to permit them to bend in both directions. It sounds worse than it feels, I assure you.
Why are you in a sideshow? With a regular suit and haircut, you could easily pass for normal.
I have a contract.
Out of the corner of your eye, you spot the clown making a gesture, but you didn't catch what it was. Douglas clears his throat.
Plus, well, it's quite the life, you know. Free room and board, travel the world. And you meet such interesting people.
Talk to you later, Douglas. There's a lady here with her head sticking out of a hole in a large metal box. She nods politely at you. Hello?
Hello there. Enjoying the carnival?
Well, it's interesting. She smiles slightly.
Yes, I'm sure it is.
Can I ask you something?
Certainly.
Why are you in a box?
First things first, we haven't been introduced yet.
Oh, I'm Maximus. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Maximus. I'm Janet.
Hi, Janet. So, why are you in a box?
That's a rather personal question, isn't it?
Oh, sorry.
I'm only teasing, dear. Would you like to see inside?
Sure. Janet whistles to signal the clown and he moseys over. He unlocks the door in the front of the box and throws it open with a theatrical flourish. Inside, instead of Janet's body, you see a tangled, complicated assortment of glass tubes and pipes, ticking clockwork gears, and pumps. Liquids of various colors, mostly red, slosh through the tubes. A large bellows near the top inflates, then slowly begins to deflate.
What do you think?
It's some kind of trick, right? You're folded up behind a mirror in there or something?
No trick.
The clown chuckles and walks around the back of the box. He opens a hatch and waves at you through it, then saunters back to his place by the shelves. I mean, it's pretty horrifying, but that seems like an impolite thing to say.
It does.
But it's horrifying! Like something out of a nightmare!
Yes, that's an accurate description.
I'm sorry, I hope I haven't insulted you.
No offense taken, I've only seen it myself once in a mirror. It took quite a while to get used to the situation.
How did this happen? Were you in some kind of terrible accident?
I'm sorry, but I can't talk about that.
Of course, sorry. It must be a painful memory. Her calmly composed face creases into a very slight grimace as she shoots a sidelong glance at the clown.
Yes.
Well, it was nice to meet you, Janet. So long.
Good luck, Maximus.
I'm not gonna take a closer look yet. I can always come back in, I think. Let me talk to you again. Because I think I can ask about these other things. What can you tell me about these eggs?
That's your traditional clown thing. There's a placard there next to him that explains them in detail. Don't get too close, please. They're fragile.
Okay. About these, people.
You mean the freaks? Ain't they a scream? The one with the giant eyeball head's my favorite. Nice quiet fella.
Uh-huh.
If you have any questions about the other two, feel free to ask them personally. I wouldn't want to be telling tales out of school. Since the eye guy can't talk, though, you can ask me about him if you want.
Does he ever blink?
You mean wink? Nope, no eyelids. I gotta toss a bucket of water over him once in a while so he don't get too dry.
He does look a bit dry now that you mention it.
Yeah, it's getting about that time. Excuse me for a minute.
Sure. I'm trying to get out of that.
I wonder if since he's doing that, could you get close to some stuff?
Since the clown's distracted, you take the opportunity to get a closer look at the eggs. You notice two things about them. Firstly, they're too large to be chicken eggs. You have no idea what kind of eggs they are. Secondly, they've all been broken and then very meticulously glued back together. They almost look like they've been reassembled after something hatched out of them. You quickly step back as the guard clown returns. He gives you a fair amount of side-eye, but doesn't say anything. Go back to talking about the people. What did you tell me about him?
Not much, I'm afraid, to be honest. He joined us, about a year ago, maybe a little less.
Where did he come from?
No idea. Weird, ain't it? You think a fellow looking like that, you could have read about him on all the papers, yeah?
Well, yeah.
Sure is mysterious.
How did he get like that?
Maybe he saw something no human fella should ever see.
I mean, you're skipping dialogue again.
Oh, couldn't tell you.
I bet you got a theory at least, which you already said. Why is he locked to his chair?
Don't you worry none. I'm keeping an eye on him.
You skipped dialogue again.
Fuck's sake. You noticed that, did you? Real shame that this fella's a bit unpredictable. Has a violent spell every once in a while.
Gosh. Okay,
Don't
bye.
you worry none.
Yeah,
Now, can you get him to leave again by mentioning the eye guy?
Yeah, but I want
to
to
investigate other stuff.
I want. Dude, should I do this first?
Go ahead.
Earlier, you told me there's another clown with the same face paint.
That's right, the other balloon seller.
Except I looked at the clown eggs display in the sideshow. There's only one egg with that pattern, and it's supposedly taboo for a clown to use another clown's makeup.
Say, you're real sharp. Better watch out you don't cut yourself.
So what's the deal?
You're right, there's just me. I walk around the midway and sell balloons at both ends. When people ask, I like to have a little fun with them.
So you're not actually following me around?
Ooh, why would I need to do that? You aren't dangerous or anything. Right?
Right.
Anything else I can do for you?
Weren't you on the other side of the midway just now? Doesn't he? Okay, just goes right back on it. Okay. What can you tell me, or what are these things in the jars?
That's what we in the business call pickled punks. A menagerie of strange and twisted creatures such as you've never seen before, such as you've never before seen the like, captured and preserved and on display for your entertainment and edification. That's how the boss says it.
Are they real?
As real as they come.
People! Bling! You lean in a little closer to inspect the jars. Someone's facing clown makeup, take a closer look. You lean in closer to inspect the gross thing. Despite what the clown said, it certainly looks real. Whoever made it did an excellent and disgusting job. Peeking surreptitiously under the shelf, you don't see any evidence of an electromagnet or other such device. Why are you in a sideshow? Okay, no. Okay. Can I ask you a question? How are you feeling?
If you're referring to my condition, don't worry. I've grown accustomed to it, more or less.
Examine her workings. You watch the various liquids slosh around in their tanks and pipes for a minute. Weird, gross, but it is indeed educational. Anatomical learning. How'd this happen? Nice to meet you. Okay, so even though I think the eggs was the only thing I could really get a better look at.
By the way, are you sufficiently creeped out yet?
Oh, yeah.
I think this is easily the creepiest part of the game.
Grace.
Grace?
The doll, the altar, the ritual, tea party.
Nah, I think this is worse.
You're wrong.
That's traditional. The doll is evil and convincing you to murder your family stuff.
Ah, yes, traditional. Alright. This extremely muscular clown seems to be guarding the entrance of some sort of stage. The clown crosses his arms and grunts when you approach.
Ticket, please.
Ticket for what?
Barnaby Bob's Stunt Spectacular.
Well, what's that?
Show.
Yes?
Yeah.
What kind of show?
Knife tricks, mostly.
Here's my ticket.
Okay, go in. Show will start soon.
Cool. Alright, is there other stuff we should do, Rhino?
I mean, not that I remember. It all gets kind of vague after a point, if I'm honest. There's so much stuff you do in this game.
I did all the games, I looked at everything in the sideshow, so... These benches must be for the audience. Have a seat. You take a seat, and a smattering of other patrons appear and sit down as well. After a minute or two, there's a crash of cymbals, and a clown runs in from the backstage curtain and jumps up onto the stage. In contrast to the other clown's colorful clothing, his is relatively simple. Black wool trousers and a bright crimson shirt under a pale tan leather jacket, with fringe on the sleeves and a red heart painted on the shoulder. His face paint is plain white without any colored accents, contrasting his curled black mustache and thin goatee. A snappy silk top hat with a rakish tilt tops off his outfit. He doffs his hat and bows with a deep theatrical flourish, and the small audience claps politely. Clap.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. And welcome one and all to Barnaby Bob's Perfectly Normal Traveling Circus Sideshow. I hope you've been enjoying the attractions and distractions of our little traveling carnival. And now it's time for our star performance, the main attraction. Ladies and gents, put your hands together for...
A loud drum roll starts. Crap, I don't have my soundboard up. A loud drum roll starts as he gestures to the curtain, and then the cymbals crash again. The clown puts his hat back on with a chuckle.
Me, Barnaby Bob.
Yay!
Much obliged, much obliged. You're far too kind. Why, I haven't even shown you anything yet.
With a laugh, he flips a large Bowie knife into the air. He didn't even see where he pulled it from. The knife glitters as it spins. He catches it and flips it in the air again, this time catching it, balancing it on its point on the tip of one finger. He holds that pose very still for a moment, then jerks his hand out of the way. The knife thunks into the wood on the stage floor, deep enough that he has to give it a jerk from side to side before he can yank the blade free. He winks broadly to the audience.
Wouldn't be any fun if they weren't sharp, would it, ladies and gents?
Clap, clap, clap. He pulls 2 more knives from his jacket and begins a flashy and elaborate knife juggling act. 3 spinning blades somehow turn into 4, and then his hat is added into the mix, floating lightly through the cascade of knives without a single scratch. He finishes the routine by catching 2 of the knives in each hand and allowing his hat to fall nearly to the ground before catching it on the tip of his boot and kicking it back into the air and onto the top of his head. I remember doing it as a kid.
And now there's some applause I believe I've earned. Let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, it took a lot of hats to get where I am today.
He chuckles as he adjusts his hat back to its original rakish tilt.
Now for the grand finale. I'll need a volunteer from the audience.
A few hands go up. Barnaby Bob ignores them and looks directly at you.
How about you, sir? Now, don't be shy. We're all friends here, right? Come on up to the stage.
You hesitate, but Barnaby Bob starts up a round of applause and the audience joins in. Reluctantly, you climb up onto the stage.
There we go. Not so bad, is it? Your name, please?
Maximus Reinigan?
It's a real pleasure to finally meet you, Maximus Marshall Reinigan. Stand right here, won't you?
A couple of clowns haul a large wooden panel about 7 feet tall and 4 wide up onto the stage. They stand it up vertically behind you and stay there, holding it steady. It has 2 holes in it in slightly above waist level, and a lot of knife marks.
Press your back flat up against the wood. Please put your hands through the holes.
You do so. The holes are just a fraction too high, so it's not very comfortable. And then one of the clowns pulls your arms back tighter and ties them together with rough hemp, so it becomes much more uncomfortable for a variety of reasons.
Don't worry, this is just to make sure you don't make any sudden and unexpected movements. Wouldn't want that, would we? Fret not, son. Everything's under control.
He steps up close to you and adjusts your collar, brushes a little dust off your shoulders.
My control. You know, Maximus, we get a sharp customer through here from time to time, but my, you're the sharpest I've seen yet. However, I bet a shiny silver dollar I've got something up my sleeve that's even sharper.
His pupils narrow to vertical slits as he grins at you, revealing rows of pointed yellow shark teeth. As he turns away, you can see that the heart on the shoulder of his leather jacket is drawn with an arrow through it and the word Mom. It doesn't look painted on. Free your hands. You struggle a little, but your arms are too tightly bound. The rough hemp rope digs into your wrists. Barnaby Bob strolls to the other end of the stage and turns to face you.
Now, don't you worry. This'll all be over soon. Just don't move.
He has a knife in his hand again and gives it a few twirls and flips. Light reflected from the blade glitters in his eyes. Then, without warning, he hurls it at you. Thunk! The knife hits the wood before you can even blink, a hair's breadth from your left ear. I stare him down. Barnaby Bob grins at you as the crowd applauds. Another knife appears in one hand and an apple in the other. He tosses the apple to one of the stagehands, who carefully balances it on top of your head.
Time for the old William Tell routine. A bit cliche, perhaps, but there's a reason it's a classic, ladies and gentlemen?
Take a deep breath. The crowd watches for rapt attention as he flourishes the knife, spinning it and flipping it behind his back. Then, faster than you can register, thwack! Cold apple juice dribbles into your hair and down the back of your neck.
2 for 2, what do you say, Maximus? Shall we go for one more?
I stare him down. Barnaby Bob pulls out another knife and gives it a quick stropping across the pale leather sleeve of his jacket, then whips a colorful spotted handkerchief from his pocket and blindfolds himself. This time his smile is much colder.
I advise you to watch closely, Maximus Reinagin, since you're the only one of us who can.
The crowd laughs, but you don't really hear it. The knife spins in his hand. This time, either because of the adrenaline or because he's actually moving slower, you can see the motion of his arm as he throws it. He twists his wrist in an odd way that you don't think he did before. The knife is flying at you. The knife is flying directly at your right eye.
He told you not to move, but do you?
He twists his wrist in an odd way that you don't think he did before. That makes me think that he threw the knife in such a way that it's going to fly at my eye and then turn.
Sounds like it to me.
Don't move. The knife, incredibly, swerves at the last possible moment. Thunk! You can feel the wood shake for the force as it stabs into the board. The metal is cold against your right cheek. The audience erupts into cheers as Barnaby Bob removes his blindfold and pumps a fist triumphantly. One of the stagehand clowns unties your wrist and helps you get your arms out of the holes. Bob takes your hand and raises it into the air victoriously.
Well now, ain't he a good sport, folks? As brave a target as I've ever had. Take a bow, Maximus Reinagin.
Take a bow. You bow to the cheering crowd, carefully keeping your eyes on Barnaby Bob. He bows as well, removing his hat with an elaborate flourish, and then he takes a slip of paper out of it.
As a token of appreciation, I'd like to give our star volunteer a gift. A year's supply of dynamite, used in good health.
As he hands you the coupon, the clown leans in close to your ear and whispers.
This was the only warning you'll get, boy.
You got a coupon for a year's supply of dynamite, oh hey. Barnaby Bob waves and blows kisses to the crowd as you climb down for the stage, and then he disappears through the backstage curtain. The audience gradually disperses. I want to go after him. I'm going after him. Where the hell is he? I'm gonna cartwheel over it!
That's the front door, and there's that other one.
Unless your clown stares at you, it makes no move to stop your egress. This little trailer is probably Barnaby Bob's office. The wagon is old but well maintained. A brass plaque on the door reads Barnaby Bob, confirming your suspicions. Peek in the window, knock on the door politely, kick in the door rudely.
What would you like to do?
Well, by this point, I already know that these clowns are evil assholes, and he knows that I know they're evil assholes, so I'm just gonna cut out the middleman here. You set your jaw and kick the door, which slams open, rattling the entire trailer.
What the? You! With 1,000 hats of the Red Skeleton, boy, you must have solid brass clangers to bust into my office like this. Did you not understand the tenor of my little demonstration? Was the subtext lost on you? Must I drive my point into your skull in a more literal and direct manner?
I'm not afraid of you, clown.
You may wish to reconsider both the tone and substance of that remark, friend, because I can be damn fearsome if I so choose. Are you so thick as to not understand who and what you're dealing with?
Stuff it! I came here for answers, and you're gonna give them to me! Barnaby Bob slams his hands on his desk and jerks to his feet.
I'm gonna give you your eyeballs on a plate and fill the sockets with boiling urine, boy. Don't you dare try to intimidate me in my own house. If I thought for 1 second that you had the capacity to cause me the least amount of harm, your gnawed upon bones would already be baking in the desert sun. I gave you a gift and a warning, and I set you free with your life because I like a fella with an ounce of moxie, but you are sinking rapidly in my estimation.
Screw you, clown!
Well, that just tears it, don't it?
Barnaby Bob takes a deep breath and shouts.
Hey, Rube!
The burly guard clown is at the door before he's even hit the B in Rube, and more follow at a run. You don't even get the chance to draw a weapon before you're smashed unconscious by a fist like a white-painted anvil. You wake up sometime later, thoroughly bruised and battered. You've been dumped in a heap outside the circus next to your horse. I guess it's pretty lucky that you woke up at all. Barnaby Bob must either really like you or hold you in such contempt that he doesn't think you're even worth the trouble of murdering. No prizes for guessing which is true. And speaking of no prizes, it looks like he's taken back the coupon for a year's supply of dynamite that he gave you. Rats. As you approach, the clown spits on the ground and draws a line across his throat with one finger. Guess that's a plain enough warning. Oh, no. No, see, I'm going to kill you guys. Let me in. Alright. Then we're doing it the other way.
Another way.
Oh, yeah. I wanted to do it by myself, but... Guys, I got a job for you.
I don't remember if I honestly did this.
You put the toy skeletons around the little circus tent. Barnaby Bob's going to get quite a surprise tomorrow. Heck yeah. So does that actually mean, like, I would have to sleep for that to happen?
I don't know.
Fix up a scarecrow and get XP. Alright, guess I probably do have to wait till tomorrow.